This Impact Wrestling review was brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. Try it, and Taz will remember that he's a wrestling announcer, stop making stupid jokes that only he finds funny, stop arguing with the other announcers, stop trying to put himself over at the expense of everything else, and actually call the damn show like he's supposed to. Because of what happened here, with Taz giving Billy Ray the hammer, next week, I expect Taz to be gone from the announce booth. I don't care how ironclad his kayfabe contract supposedly is. You cannot tell me that he can just do something like this, blatantly interfere in a match, and be allowed back on commentary with no repercussions. If Taz is back in the announce booth next week, I am calling bullshit. I swear to God, TNA, I will complain about it on the internet. I will complain on the internet. Just play the intro. Earplugs. That's how I'll be watching Impact from now on. This is what you've driven me to, Taz. Hope you're proud of yourself. Anyway, was it just me, or was there no energy on this show? Maybe some of it was the crowd, because this was the week where they aired the show taped, so the crowd was already burned out. Maybe it was the show itself not offering much to get excited about. Either way, I had a hard time getting into this one. They get off to a bad start immediately. No sooner does the previously on video air than they go into another video of the Jeff Hardy injury angle last week. Now it is important to put that angle over as a serious thing, and they did that, but when you've been having so much trouble popping the rating in quarter one, is starting the show at a slow pace with a video recap really the right way to go? Not only that, but from there, you go into a handicap match featuring scrubs like Wes Briscoe and Garrett Bischoff? I mean, yeah, Kurt Angle was in there, but as good as he is, he can't make these chumps interesting.
Nobody cares about you guys. At all.
It was a nothing match. Angle was trying, but Wes and Garrett don't give you much to work with. The double German suplex spot Angle pulled off was the only cool move in the whole match. And Garrett, of course, gets the same "you can't wrestle" chance that he gets everywhere else. Angle dominates, Aces and Eights interfere, the heels win. Really boring segment. This feud is so pointless. As Schleg Daddy once pointed out, there's such a massive difference in skill and experience and accomplishments between Angle and Wes and Garrett that even though this might be intended to put those two over, all it's really doing is dragging Kurt down to their level. I see Garrett Bischoff pinning Kurt Angle, I don't see a heel being elevated, I just call bullshit. This is such a waste of Kurt Angle's time. He could be putting over guys like Magnus or James Storm or Kenny King, guys who could be real stars with the right push. But instead you have him putting over two glorified jobbers who get "you can't wrestle" chance.
Fail! You fail! How do you screw this up?
One of the drawbacks of these new X Division rules is that we really don't get to see the X Division champion as often as we should. We got a title match here, so we actually got to see Kenny King in action, but he hasn't even been on the show in the last few weeks. And with these new rules, that looks like it's going to continue. That seems really counterproductive to me. I mean, how is the champion supposed to gain any momentum if we're only seeing him once or twice a month? Don't like that at all. But at least we got to see Kenny King this week. And he comes out with new music, which, quite frankly, sucks. It's terrible. It doesn't fit him at all. I mean, this is even more generic than that generic-ass theme he was using before. What happened to that theme? Bring that one back. It wasn't great, but it was better than this one. Jesus. Kenny King, Zema Ion, Petey Williams. Kenny steals the pin from Petey after a solid match, which was the right way to book this, I thought. Petey looks strong. Kenny wins like a heel should win. But I guess the real talking point is this new camera they've got the referee wearing now for the X Division matches. They were cutting to that periodically to get POV shots from the ref. It's an interesting idea, getting unique camera angles. I think WCW tried this once. I give TNA credit for trying to be innovative with the production and introducing new concepts and stuff. That said, the video quality isn't the same as the rest of the show, so cutting to it feels kind of jarring. And it was used so sparingly during the match that I didn't really see what the point of it was. It's only the first week they've tried this, so maybe they can fine-tune it and integrate it better as time goes on. It can get better, I suppose. It's not a bad idea in principle. I mean, the jury's out for now, but my first impression is that I don't really care for this. And I don't care to listen to you talk anymore. No one does, dickless. What they really care about is how superior I am to Terminator NJ in every way imaginable. And since I'm in such a gray mood after completely pooning his ass like the bitch that he is last week, I'm gonna treat you morons to a joke that I wrote myself. A choir boy, a naked priest, and Terminator NJ walk into a bar. Now they sit down at a table.
I don't know what your pathetic stunt last week was meant to achieve, 4-dimension Fall Killer, but here's the thing that you and other worthless mortals are failing to realise. While you are out there craving attention from these worthless mortals, hoping that they'll like you, listen to you, give a damn what you have to say, I'm out there causing pain, bringing terror to people's homes, to their lives, because I don't want people to like me, I want people to fear me. And believe me, you jacked up worthless mortal, I am better than you. Yes, I may be compared to you, you may be compared to me. We may have similarities, I may be a rip-off to you, but I don't see it and I never will. You're always many steps behind while I'm many steps ahead. Your plans never work out for you. You talk each and every week, hoping people give a damn what you have to say, but they don't, because you talk shit. While I, on the other hand, make sure people hear my words. Because if they don't, pain and suffering will soon be following them. I'll be seeing you soon.
And then the bartender says to Terminator NJ, "It's better than a pubic hair in your mojito." Yeah, good one. Holy shit, the TV title was actually acknowledged this week. This is still Impact I'm watching, right?
Yes!
Good. Just checking. So the TV title finally got some attention for the first time since... well, since we had a real champion in Samoa Joe. And just when I thought it was going the way of the knockout tag titles, how about that? I was very happy to see that Magnus wanting the TV title has not been forgotten. I think he absolutely should be the TV champion. In fact, I think he's the ideal person to build that division around. The sooner they get it off of Devon, the better. But the match never starts. The Aces and Eights attack Magnus on the ramp. I like that he was booked to look strong at least, taking out two of them until the numbers game caught up to him. Samoa Joe makes the save eventually, but only after the damage was done. That leads to another segment where we actually get a TV title match, but which ends pretty much the same way after Joe eats some brass knuckles and gets pinned by Devon. Again.
Oh, what a bunch of bull.
These two segments highlighted something that's really been bugging me. Every Aces and Eights match lately, Bully Ray being the exception I guess, seems to follow the same formula. They use the numbers game and win via outside interference. At this point, everyone knows the interference is coming. Everyone expects it. So why are the babyfaces doing nothing about it? Why do they keep coming out alone? Why does no one come out to help them when the same thing keeps happening over and over again? I mean, yeah, the story is the Aces and Eights running roughshod over everyone and everything right now, but it's only because the babyfaces are acting like total idiots and doing nothing to prevent it when they easily could. You got a match with the Aces and Eights? Well, here's a thought that's so crazy it just might work. Have a couple of friends with weapons come out to the ring with you to watch your back. Problem solved. You know, it's just really hard to view these guys as a legitimate threat when it seems like the simplest application of common sense on the babyface's part could shut them right down. The Aces and Eights dominance is completely predicated on the babyfaces being booked to act stupid. You know how in a bad slasher movie where the characters act like total dumbasses and do stupid things that no intelligent person would ever do just so they can be moved into position for the killer to take them out? That's the babyfaces in this Aces and Eights feud right now.
You people are fools!
Mickie James versus Tessmacher for the #1 contendership to the Knockouts title. You know what? This was a fresh Knockouts match, and no matter who won, we'd get a fresh Knockouts title feud that we haven't seen before. Hallelujah!
Yes! 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 Yes!
Honestly, I would have been fine with either woman going over here. But I do think Mickie was the right call. The match was good, but it was slow-paced and felt like it went too long. It never really got out of first gear because there was too much focus on ODB, though that might have been by design because Mickie was definitely teasing a heel turn here, especially in her promo afterward. I can't tell you how happy I am to see that. There's never been a better time to turn Mickie heel in my opinion. It would give her character a much-needed facelift, it would create some fresh feuds for her with Tessmacher and Velvet, and it makes perfect sense right now. Mickie's got real reasons to be pissed off. You know, she feels like she's fallen by the wayside, she's kind of been forgotten for a while, and she's not happy about it. And as I said on Twitter, the best heels are the ones that have real, legit reasons for acting the way they do. So it's the right time to turn Mickie heel, and the perfect reason to do it. It's time to pull the trigger on this one. Let me tell you how much bigger my penis is than Terminator NJ's penis. Do you have to? Yes. Now, all you uninformed simpletons out there have been led to believe that the Terminators are anatomically correct. But in actuality, this is not the case. Starting with the T-800 series, they were built with...
You're trying each and every week be one step ahead of me while you're many steps behind. And that's how things will stay. Now, worthless mortal, beware, 'cause the best is yet to come.
You ever hear a woman say, wow, that T-1000 gave me the best sex of my life? No! Because it doesn't fucking happen! And that is why, in any pissing contest between myself and Terminator NJ, I will always, always, always come out ahead. Anyway, but then. Oh, but then. Bad Influence come out, and they want their shot at the tag team titles, and they cut a hilarious promo that I thought couldn't get any more hilarious, but I was wrong. I was wrong, because then the Wet Dream Team come out, and the exchange that followed was so awesome, I wanted them to call an audible, scrap the rest of Impact right then and there, and just give these guys the rest of the show. No recap is going to do this justice. It was just four witty, funny as hell guys who are great on the mic, throwing out zinger after zinger after zinger. This was comedy fucking gold. And I swear to God, TNA, if I don't get my Bad Influence versus Wet Dream Team feud after this, if this comedic gem of a segment was just a tease, then there's something wrong with all of us. I will raise hell the likes of which you have never seen if you don't book that feud. Do you understand? Bad Influence versus Wet Dream Team. Book it right now.
Yes! 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 Yes!
So these guys are throwing jokes back and forth. It's the most entertaining segment ever. My sides hurt, I'm laughing so hard. It's getting funnier and funnier. And then Los Stereotypicos come out, and the fun comes to a screeching halt. No! No! God damn it! Chavo! Who the fuck gave you permission to speak? Who the fuck gave this got no mic skills, got no comedic timing, got all the charisma of a black and white tag team permission to exist? These two losers are unwelcome in this feud, TNA. Don't you understand that? Ah! How does this even happen? Chavo says one line. One line. And just like that, he sucks all the energy out of this segment. Yo, this is why we're the best. Oh, yeah, great line, Chavo. What, did you stay up all night working on that one? Christ. This one moment was so infuriating to me, it actually made me angrier than Taz's horrendous commentary did all night. And believe me, that's saying a lot.
This whole show is ridiculous!
Okay. Main event. AJ Styles versus James Storm. Now, the real story of this was the change in AJ Styles. It was important that he not wrestle the same way he used to in order to sell this new character. He needed to be different, and he was. He was working more of a brawling style here, being more aggressive, and I can understand how this might put some people off, but I maintain that it makes perfect sense. He's a darker character now, therefore he has to wrestle a more brutal style. He changed a lot of stuff, he won with a new submission hold, and they really got over that this was a new AJ Styles, a darker AJ Styles. And while it bothers me that James Storm kind of got sacrificed here, if this is setting up a rematch, I'm okay with it. Then Bad Influence come out to celebrate with AJ. Because they're the three best friends that anyone could have. They're the three best friends that anyone could have. But AJ wants nothing to do with them, or James Storm, or the Aces and Eights who show up at that point. They attack Storm, attack Bad Influence. AJ just walks away. His allegiances remain a mystery. The angle intensifies. This whole thing was booked damn near perfectly, in my opinion.
Thank you for your irrelevant opinion.
Bully Ray says that he's going to call out Hogan next week and tell him to his face that it's his fault that all the fans' heroes have been crushed and the Aces and Eights stand tall as the show ends. And this wasn't a terrible episode, I guess, but when there's so much focus on the Aces and Eights, it really turns me off. They're not being booked like a joke anymore. Love it or hate it, they're being made to look dominant, which is something they needed. Damage control is in full effect. So why do I feel so unsatisfied? Probably because stars like Kurt Angle and Magnus and Samoa Joe and James Storm, who should be the focus of this show, are getting jobbed out and shoved aside in favor of guys like Garrett Bischoff, Wes Briscoe, Mike Knox, Luke Gallows, who are going nowhere. This is a two-man faction. It's Bully Ray and Anderson. The rest of these guys have no business being in a spot like this. I guarantee you, the minute this storyline is finally done, most of these guys are just gonna fade away like Murphy did after Immortal kicked him out. Why are these losers in this spot instead of people who actually belong there? This is so frustrating. I'll tell you what's frustrating. Listening to you yap, yap, yap all the damn time about how piss poor the Aces and Eights are. If you think this faction sucks so much, Why don't you man up and do something about it like I did with that gimmick-stealing pretender to the throne Terminator NJ? Because that would actually take balls. And you, dickless, have none. I mean, who in their right mind would model themselves after a dying movie franchise that peaked 3 films ago? No one cares about the Terminators anymore. Those last 2 movies sucked. I mean, it boggles my mind that... What are you laughing at? Nothing? Did Terminator NJ do something just now? What? No, he didn't do anything. You're lying. What did he do? Nothing. What did he do? Shit, cut.